Good evening. Welcome back. Tonight, I want to do another video like I did last night because I really had fun with it. It was the first time in a long time that I felt really good about what I was creating. Um, and it's because I was able to really fully express myself. And that's kind of what I've been really focused on. I know a lot of the complaints has been about the traffic, but the real issue has really been about when I sit in a seat and I get on camera, I want to feel like I'm actually contributing to what's being voiced out there. I want to feel like I'm somewhat of an influence, right? But I never really gave myself that chance to do that because I'm really afraid of saying what I feel. Not because I'm afraid of offending people. It's just that I just don't feel like dealing with. I just like keeping to myself. If that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to be that person that intentionally stirs the pot just for stirring the pot's sake. And so I never wanted to be one of those content creators that just rage bait people or piss people off because I don't want to be known for that. That's not how I want to be known. And so I've been trying to find that balance to where I can feel like I'm contributing to the voices to which is I don't know the community, the people. I don't know how to explain it. My brain's fried. It's been a long day, D to dogs. But I want to be able to have my voice heard, but I want to be able to speak in a way where it's dignified and that the right message is received. I don't want to say things just to get people angry or riled up or trigger a certain thing so people can just either go on my page and write hate messages and still follow me just to say hate stuff and get another group who are completely extremist. And no, I'm not trying to be that type of person. That's not my grift. That was never going to be my grift because I don't believe in extremist stuff. I believe there should be a balance in things. And as a creator, I've wanted to just figure out how to find that balance where I can express myself, but from a point of view where it's coming from a centered standpoint, if that makes any sense. Not from a like this person's wrong, this person's wrong. It's like we gotta look at both sides. So that's why I kept quiet because a lot of these things that be happening in the world I don't really like talking about. Like some of this stuff is painful. By the way, my heart goes out to those who are dealing with who who dealt with the shooting that happened a couple days ago. My heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say in that matter that will make anything better, but my heart goes out to you. I've dealt with a lot of loss in my life, so I know. Um, and for those of you who are dealing with the earthquake and tsunami as we speak, my heart goes out to you as well. Please be safe. Excuse me. Um, it's one of those things where I'm I just wanted to find that happy medium. So that way I can feel good about the information I'm putting out on the internet and you can feel good about what you're receiving and you can feel good about being here. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, this is a toxic channel." I was like, "No, dude. We're not doing that in this house." Because there's too many toxic channels out there. It's a whole bunch of toxic channels. Also, another reason why I want to do this is that I'm trying to slowly dip my toe into the live streaming community. Yeah, we're I'm trying to get into the whole in real life live streaming situation. But honestly, I just kind of want to do that so I can interact with y'all a lot better. Cause I suck at. I saw the comments in the last video, and I'm thankful for all of you who commented in the last video. I read all your comments. I just suck at typing replies because I'm working all the time. But I read it all. I read most of them. I will say this, and I want to make this clear. Yes, I'm down about the traffic, but I'm really down about the fact that I started to lose love for what I was doing. I was really down about the fact that I felt trapped. That's what I was really depressed about. It was, and as a result of those feelings, I could see that my audience or the energy within the created the videos I was creating, that energy was being reflected, and people were kind of feeling that. And regardless if it's the algorithm or not, like there's a reason why people love GB's videos. She has such a beautiful energy about her, and you can see that she genuinely enjoys creating the videos she creates. And so naturally you're going to be attracted to that because there is a love in those videos. But when the audience can kind of feel an emptiness in the creation of what the creative is creating, there's a disconnect that happens. And I knew there was a disconnect, and I've been trying to figure out how to bridge that disconnect within myself so that way my outer reality can reflect differently. I'm not a person that, and I used to be like this, but I'm growing. I'm not someone that's going to be, it's your fault that this is happening. It's all your fault. No. If this is going if something's not going my way, first I want to look at what am I doing wrong. If it's something that's out of my control, I understand. But I also see other creators that are doing the same niche as I am doing better than I am. I see their videos doing a lot better than it. I'm like, well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And in that process, I'm slowly starting to fall out of love with it. And so in my mind, I'm like, well, if I was really enjoying what I was doing, then I wouldn't really be focused on what they're doing. I would be focused on what I'm doing. So am I truly in love with what I'm doing? And the answer was no. Now, it wasn't that I didn't love doing ASMR videos, but I felt like that was all I was stuck doing. That was confined to do. Confined. I felt like I was in a box. And so because of that, my creativity started to get to a point where I just started losing interest, and I would go a couple weeks without making videos because I was like, I don't want to do it. Like, I would be in here playing Elden Ring because I just didn't feel like making videos. I was farming the hell out of runes. Can't talk. Crap. I was farming the hell out of runes and raising my stats because I'm like, I'm not trying to make a video because I wasn't really feeling it. And I was trying to figure out what could do that to help me feel it. And now, mind you, again, I'm still going to do ASMR videos. I don't want that to be the thing that I'm like, I'm not doing ASMR videos. I'm still doing those. But I need to do these things for me too. Like, I want to do this type of stuff for me so that way I can grow a relationship with y'all. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be you people who are watching this video right now who genuinely enjoy my content no matter what I put out. You're the people that I want to focus on because you're the reason why I do this. Right? You're the reason why I get on this camera and record. And so I want to make sure that I'm showing up in the most authentic fashion possible and not limiting myself to only a few creative projects, but giving you the full spectrum of me as a creative. And if it gets me to 1 million, great. If it gets me to 500,000, great. But as long as I have a decent group of people that I know for a fact enjoy my content, I'm happy as hell, man. And hell, if I only get to 200,000, that's great. If I stay where we stay where we're at, fine. But I at least want to feel free at what I'm doing. Or at least I want to feel like you guys love me for me and not just for the Reiki videos. Like, you actually enjoy Tyler. You actually enjoy me being me. That's what I was kind of struggling with, because that's why I created this channel. I didn't create this channel just to be like a product. I created this channel so that way I could actually reach people and, create a fan base. Honestly, at first it was to create a fan base, but the more I'm seeing how different creators utilize their fans, I'm like, it could be more than that. It could be like a community. Like, I have a friend of mine. I'm a huge sports head, if I haven't mentioned that already. Um, he created, him and his friend, his good friend, created a Saints community, and he has a podcast and everything, and he's really connected with really major um, talking heads in the sports world. Like, he's had a couple of them on his podcast and stuff like that. They're doing really well. But they have a nice community that, sometimes they go take trips to games, like football games and stuff like that. Sometimes they do little meetups at restaurants and stuff like that. And I'm like, if I could create something like that with a good group of people like that, that's what I want. Because that's what's going to allow me not only to grow as a business, but also as a person and creator. And when I started this channel, I really just wanted to grow a fan base, but I know I can grow more. I just need to be myself more. And I've just been struggling on doing that. So that's what last night was about. I know that was a long-winded explanation, but that's what last night was about, was me just trying to explain that I don't just kind of want to be pigeonholed into one niche. I want people to see me as... I want people to actually enjoy me and enjoy what I put out there. But that requires me to have the courage to put that out there. And that's what I've been struggling with. The views and the traffic are a byproduct. They're just reflecting how I feel inside, and that's why it hurts. Okay? If that makes any sense. But today, before... I know I love this. I love talking. I just don't talk a lot because I sometimes I put my foot in my mouth. Today we're going to talk about something that perturbed me a bit today. I wasn't angry to a point where I was like, oh God, burn the house down, but it perturbed me. It perturbed me. Now, I have mastered the art of minding my own business to a point where when it comes to Twitter, I don't call it X, I call it Twitter. When it comes to Twitter, I focus on sports, my favorite sports teams, and jokes. That's it, man. I don't really like paying attention to a lot of these tragic stuff. Like, I try to not... I mean, of course I'm going to get the news on it if it's something really bad, but a lot of other stuff I try to, like, let me just kind of... I just want to focus on my sports and my jokes. Well, I completely missed the... What was the app hack? The T app hack that happened a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And I wasn't really familiar with what that was because, again, I live under a rock. I mastered the art of minding my own business until today, and I was watching some videos, and I was just like, I swear they make apps like this to divide us. Like, I swear they make these apps with the purpose of dividing us. Now, from what I heard, the guy that originally created the app for the purpose of protecting women. So, if you aren't familiar with what the T app is, the T app is an app that was created for women to share with other men that may be criminals, offenders, um, just uh, people who are just malicious individuals, abusers, all that stuff. That's what the purpose was. But humans are gonna human. Humans are gonna human. And humans are going to do hurtful things when they're in pain. And that's what a lot of these ladies did. They were heartbroken by a lot of these guys, and they went and did the most. And what happened is a few hackers from 4chan hacked into the T app and doxed all these young ladies who were posting all of this malicious material. And I am not a believer of two wrongs making a right, but I am a believer of when you welcome malicious intent will come. So when you engage in malicious intent, you're welcoming malicious intent. And so if you're going on a certain platform to harm an individual and you get harmed in return, you have no one to blame but yourself. Instead of going on an app with the purpose of harming someone, or going anywhere with the purpose of harming someone because you got scorned, I swear, just take a breath and do some inner reflection. Because a lot of these emotions are gonna pass. They're brutal in the moment because clearly you just got hit, so you're gonna feel that pain in the moment. But if you just let that pass, you're gonna forget about this individual in about a month. But to go somewhere and make a decision that will affect you in the long term because you're feeling something that will be very short term is not a smart move. And so, again, the guy said the app was made because he wanted to protect women with it, but it just seems like that there should have been a lot more things put into the app to prevent that sort of thing from happening. For instance, you could have had a board where it just, you could just post whether they were any offenders or criminals or stuff like that, so that women would understand okay, he's been to jail for a violent crime. Okay, he's been to jail for this, or he's on a list, right? That's fine, and I think that should exist, right? I think that should exist. But you shouldn't have a board where people could just freely comment and talk, because that opens, without any sort of way of fact checking their statements or doing some background research to make sure that what they're saying is true. Because what that invites is rumors, it invites toxicity, and it can invite a whole bunch of unnecessary BS that could have been avoided if one just took a step back, a breath in, a breath out, and just allowed those emotions to pass. I've had, trust me, my dating my dating experience has been piss. But I'm not gonna go online on a forum or any place and publicly shame these individuals because I got my heart broken by them. Like, it sucks, but that's life. It's been happening since the beginning of time, guys. And then you're gonna forget the month who these people's names are. Like, it happens all the time. Like, I'm like, I get upset in the moment when I get my heart broken, but like, I forget these women. I forget their names in 2 months. Like, I know this, so I'm like, why would I? Like, it's like, let me just feel this hurt, get it out. All right, bye. Because it's not worth any long-term effects. Like, no one deserves that. We're all human. We're gonna human. We're gonna do stupid stuff. We're gonna make mistakes. We're not gonna be perfect. Some people are gonna cheat. I'm not saying you should accept that behavior. Don't accept that behavior. I don't accept that behavior. But they're gonna learn. Life teaches us. Life has a funny way of teaching us lessons. Trust me. That's not in your hands to do. It's not. It's not in my hands to do. Life will take care of that. So when I see stuff like that, and then guys went back and they made another app that was way worse. Because if someone gonna take it there, there's always gonna be that person that's gonna take it further. And further they took it, where instead of just actually using that app for actual good purposes, they just posted revenge stuff. And I'm just like, well, two wrongs don't make a right. But here we are. That app they were like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, yeah, you can't do that. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, guys, we have to understand some of this stuff. If people are saying things to you to entice an emotion out of you, or they're creating spaces for you to feel negative emotions, usually it's to get something from you. A lot of these people, part of these like hating communities, whether it's on the men's side or women's side, all that is just to extort money, just to get money from you. They play on your insecurities so they can take the money out your pocket. That's all it is. It is they don't care about your well-being. They don't care about whether you do good or not, or whether you're happy or not. They care about whether you're going to continue to pay for their services or their program while they get rich and you hate yourself. So stop listening to these people. Stop inviting these negative spaces in your space. If you are attracting individuals that are not giving you what you want, hey, figure out what's going on within yourself that's inviting these people in. Like I have to do. I have to do the same thing. My dating life is pissed. So instead of being like, it's all the women's fault, I'm like, it's my fault. I gotta do something to me to stop going after it, stop attracting these individuals who don't stay long enough. It's my fault. That's for me to do. But I'm not gonna go online and attack a bunch of people. That's stupid. And it's dumb. It doesn't. And all it's gonna do is divide us. It's gonna make the situation worse. Not everybody's gonna have a positive situation with another individual, but hey, man, that's the purpose of dating. We learn about each other. We learn about how we act in certain situations. We learn how to do that so we can improve and become better individuals. But creating spaces like that where we just heinously attack people because we got our heart broken is not gonna fix the problem. It's only gonna make it worse. So I don't know. My thing for my lesson, my words to you lovely people, I can't even speak anymore. It's too darn late. My words to you lovely people is, if you keep attracting the same individuals, it means there's something in you that needs to be healed. And until you figure that out, it's going to keep happening. Don't blame the individual. The individual is on their own journey. If you allowed it, you got to figure out what's in you that allowed it. It's not easy. It's painful. I know. I do it. It's not easy. None of it's easy. None of it's fun. But if you really want that person that you believe that you deserve, you have to understand what about you is preventing that from coming in. So, that's life. That's That's why we live. We live to grow. We live to advance. We live to get better. We live to make better decisions. We live to learn from our decisions. We live to become better souls, more mature souls. So don't don't get sucked into these grifts, people. They want your money. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care about your mental state. They don't care about what you're struggling with. They just want your money. That's it. But other than that, my 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 thing I do whenever I get to a point where I'm dealing with some crap is I do something that really brings me peace and comfort. And then I allow life just to do its thing and let time pass, and before you know it, I don't even know what I was upset about anymore. But you just gotta let time do its thing. You gotta allow yourself that space to let go and not feed into this toxic mess we got going on, because all it's there for is just to make the rich richer and us stupider. That's it. But stay safe, take care. I love every single one of you. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Good night.